we can often deduce people's political affiliations and beliefs by looking at their personality. Some people, they are socially more conservative, and other people are socially more radical. That is, they're more bombastic, or they're higher risk takers, or they're maybe some people are more artistic and other people are more, um, I guess, intellectual. And then you have mixes and cross and degrees and whatnot. But essentially, there are um, there is correlation between one's personality and one's political beliefs. For instance, I'm a right winger, right? But I'm not a conservative, right? I'm a nationalist. I'm a libertarian. I'm a patriot, right? I'm not a conservative. I appreciate some conservative values. I appreciate rights for conservatives, and I appreciate a lot of their arguments, and I appreciate learning from conservatives about you know family and healthy living and that kind of stuff. And I listen to conservatives all the time. However, I am not one. My personality is a little too eccentric, a little too bombastic, a little too radical to be a conservative. However, I'm a right winger. I am not on the left, right? Well, people on the left tend to be, almost all of them are eccentric, right? They don't, but they do have their normies, right? They do, the left does have their social conservatives. They're mild mannered, polite type of person, right? That personality. So there are so-called social conservatives on the left, right? We don't call them conservatives, but they have conservative personalities, but not quite, right? They're a little twerky, a little weird, right? They're almost conservatives, but they're too, right, eccentric. So almost, I would say, there's far more many eccentric people on average on the left. On the right, we have some eccentrics, the nationalists and the libertarians. And then a big portion of the right are conservatives. Now, for a long time, the right has alienated more eccentric elements from the political sphere and alienated them from political power, which I think is a big mistake, because guys like me on the right, who are more eccentric, who are more radical, we understand and can communicate better and deal with better the eccentric people on the left. Right? We, in a way, socially, we're not as offended, I guess, by the left, right? Because we're kind of mavericks ourselves, right? So I think the conservatives should embrace the more radical elements within the right. But it also brings me to another point, and that is that in our cause, not necessarily on the right wing cause, nationalism, or whatever. I am a nationalist. I do believe with nationalism and whatnot. But the general, big, long term cause of saving Western civilization, with that in mind, we need to have a a, a flavor, a political flavor for every personality, right? Like chewing gum, you have strawberry and banana and mint and peppermint and cinnamon and all the different, kinds of flavors of chewing gum. That's what we need, um, for Western civilization. I think it behooves us to have a healthy political process. That is, that we should be working on reforming the left. We should be working on not just critique of the left, but actually infiltrating the left and coming up with a separate platform that is divorced from the anti-white neo-Marxist bullshit that is has defined the left for so long. We should infiltrate the left, yeah, and establish a new platform based more on freedom and security, for light socialism and a kind of left-wing libertarianism. But we should try to purge it of all of the neo-Marxist class and race warfare. We might not necessarily agree with 100% with the left, but it is in our best interest to have a left that we can deal with, right? For instance, it behooves us to have Mexico do well. Mexico should be a healthy first world nation. We want to have a good neighbor in the South. Same with Canada. Same with everybody, right? It's nice to have good relationships with people. Our relationship with the left is not good. The left's relationship with everybody is not good. They have a lot of problems. So, yeah, I support people on the left, reforming the left, people like Sargon of Assad and other people I've been running across recently. I've actually been listening to the left and watching them kind of go through their growing pains as they death spiral. But anyways, okay, before I start rambling on, let's just recap what I was talking about. I was talking about people having different personalities, and that their personality is a pretty good predictor of what their political beliefs are going to be. And that people have, we should brand a type of pro-Western philosophy, all different kinds of philosophies with different flavors and for different personalities and different people, for even non-white people, should be able to embrace some type of worldview that is at least not anti-Western. You see, we should be able to even influence the way our enemies think, not just about us, but about themselves and about the world.